welcome to Mr. Otter Studio. Today I'm going to show you how to draw the face using proportions. So just like we drew the body last week and we used the head as the measurement, we're going to be drawing the body, and I'm going to show you a few measurements that can help your drawing become a little bit more realistic if that's what you're aiming for, or even if you're trying to illustrate or animate something. These proportions can be helpful. Again, it's the most important thing if you're drawing from life to look at the person that you're drawing, but if there's no one there and you're just looking at pictures, or you just want to draw from your imagination, or you have drawn from life and something's off, then these proportions hopefully will help you out. So let's get started. Grab a piece of paper. I'm going to be drawing today with just a Crayola washable marker. It's one of the only ones I could find. And also I'm gonna be using like some water to paint some washes with it after. So I'll just show you a quick little clip of what that looks like. So if you want it to look like that, then just use some kind of washable marker that's water-based. And I'm just have a little bit of water in a jar and my brush. I'm just gonna use it to create the shadows, just because I've done this a lot of times and I just wanted to make it a little different. So the first thing we're going to do is draw a circle. And we're not gonna draw it in the middle of our paper, we're gonna draw it kind of towards the top. And I should have drawn it maybe a little bit more towards the bottom. That's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just try to draw a circle the best that you can. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to use this circle as a measurement. I'm gonna zoom in here and move my paper just a little bit. Sometimes I tape my paper down just so I don't move it around while I'm filming too much. So let's just keep it right here. There we go. All right, now what you wanna do is we're gonna divide this in half. So I'm just gonna do it off to the side because I don't want too many marks on the circle. So this is half, right? That's half. And now we're going to divide it into sixths. So that means we divide this top part into 3 by just putting 2 lines there, and this bottom part into 3 by putting 2 lines there. So that, now we have divided it into sixths. So let's bring this top line over right here, this bottom part, and then this is where we're going to kind of create that more of an oval shape, all right? And we're kind of going to ignore this actually after a little bit. So we have our first, this line is important right here. And let's see, is it this one right here? Let's see, yes, this one is important here. So just ignore, this is how this looks. So we have, when we drew this line, this is where I get a little bit confused. This is where editing comes handy. But what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be using thirds, but we only kind of have half of this third right here, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm just gonna move these measurements over to this side. Okay, so I have like 1 and 2, and now these are divided into thirds, but I need this bottom part, right? It's like we were missing this part right here, so we just need this bottom part on this side, bring this across. And that doesn't seem quite right, does it? Well, it's measuring up on here, so, all right. So now we have it in thirds. All right, so we have 1/3 up here, 1/3 right here, and then this is 1/3 right here. And then these lines are important because this is where, like the eye, let's draw a line in the middle. This is where the eyebrows are going to be. This is where the nose is going to be. This is the mouth. And then this bottom part is our chin. So let's draw the shape of the face. Trust me, this is gonna look like a face, I swear, in just a second. And I mean, I don't have a person that I'm looking at, so I'm just eyeballing this shape right here. And now let's go ahead and draw some of these things in so you can kind of understand where these parts are. So if these are the eyebrows, let's just go ahead and put some eyebrows to the side. And then underneath the eyebrows is going to be the eyes. And one thing with eyes I think that's important is when you're doing proportions with the face, almost like with the body, the head is 5 eyes wide. And this looks crazy right now, but we'll make it look better. So one eye should kind of fit in between these 2 eyes, and then one eye should fit in between this eye and the edge of the ear. So I'm gonna bring this in just a little bit. So there should be an ear, and the ears kind of fit in between the top of the eyebrow and the nose, right here. All right, now let's go ahead and draw just the basic shape of this nose in, and the nose kind of lines up directly under the eyes. So you can draw lines from the middle of the eyes down to this next point, and that is where your nose is going to be. And then the mouth is just at the bottom of this circle, and you can, this is kind of like the opening of the mouth, right? So there's a lip above, and there's, you know, like a dimple, whatever underneath. And you can add some hair, just to kind of, I'm not drawing this from a picture, so I don't know if this is a girl or a boy face. And that's okay. So the neck also is important. A lot of people draw the neck way too small, and the neck kind of meets up with this line where the lips would hit the edge of the face. And then there's some muscles in there. Okay, now the hair really, I don't really know what kind of hair this person's going to have. We'll just make it like a short 1980s do. Maybe it's a boy. It kind of looks a little masculine. Okay, so remember we divided this in half, and then we divided it into 6, and we just used this top part, and we kind of just ignore that because that's where the hair is. So now looking at the face, we divided it into thirds. I'll just bring this down. Oh, over here, that makes it a little easier. Let me make this a little, oh my, these aren't the best for drawing like this, but. So we divided it into thirds, and then we put the eyes in. Remember, the eyes are 1 eye apart about, and the nose is about 1 eye wide. And also there's 5 eyes across the face. So it's like, that's our measurement. And the ears fit in between the eyebrows and the bottom of the nose. Any questions? All right, so I'm just gonna get a little bit of more marker in here, and let's grab our water and our paintbrush, and let's add some shadows in this, okay? And I might even try to like erase. Well, you can't really erase, but lighten up some of those lines. So if the light's coming from the top, we have a shadow underneath these eyebrows, coming into the eyes, kind of defining the nose, which we can't see, so we're just imagining kind of what that shape might look like. And then we come into the nose, and there's a bunch of different ways you could shade that. We just kind of drew a line, so underneath the nose, we're gonna have a shadow. Sometimes the top lip is just a complete shadow. And you would probably see more of a top lip in here. This distance seems a little bit far to me, but there's gonna be a shadow underneath the chin, and then you can just use your paintbrush to kind of go around the edges and add some shading under, maybe on the neck. And this will work with Crayola washable markers, work the best I found for this. They were my favorite to use with my high school classes when we would start figure drawing. I don't know, it just makes it more fun, I guess. So I guess this is a person. This looks like somebody that might listen to Pearl Jam. I don't know. You might want to look at a picture. In fact, that is going to be your homework assignment. So now you kind of understand some of these proportions. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Sorry if it got a little confusing with all of these marks. Don't worry, I get confused too. But hopefully this is helpful for you just to catch the basics of the proportions of the face and drawing from the front. I will say though, when you're looking for pictures of people, very rarely are they just facing this way. They're usually like turned 3/4. I'm not sure why, but that's just, it's more pleasing, I guess, to see that. And that's it. So let me know in the remarks below any questions you have. Also, if you use a different method for drawing the figure, because I know there's a lot of ways to do this. The most important thing really is just to look at a face if you're trying to draw someone. But if you're trying to animate or illustrate, then this is totally fine and it will totally work. So this is the thirds method. And remember, you're not using the top of the like scalp, because if you did, it would throw these off. So it's actually like the top of kind of like where the hairline starts. Even if it's a bald person, that is an important measurement. So Thank you so much for drawing with me. Your assignment is to now go and draw yourself or a picture of someone using this method. See if it works. See if their faces are actually these proportions. I have this picture of Frida Kahlo here, and I wanted to see like if these proportions were actually right. So this is like the top of her scalp, right? And then I'm gonna draw a circle coming all the way down to her mouth. I just want to show you kind of how this works. And then if we divide this in half, see her eyebrows are right about there. And then remember we divided this into sixths, so I'm just going to do it off to the side just like I did before. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is about where her hairline was, so we kind of straightened it out right there. And then remember we kept, let's see, we have this line, 1, 2, this line for her nose, which totally is right on, and then 1, 2, let's see, was that just 1 to the bottom of the chin? Well, that's a little bit longer, but, and then her chin. So that did work. So if you look, we have our 1/3, our 2/3, and then our 3/3 right here. And then her neck comes out right here. Maybe her neck is pretty slender, so it comes in just a little bit more than where her lips would meet the side. And it definitely looks like you could fit one eye between and one eye to the ear. So anyway, I just want to show you quick how that would work. Now, yeah, your homework is to draw yourself or another portrait using this method. See if it works. Try drawing someone also from your imagination and see if you like this. I hope it's helpful for you. Tomorrow I'm going to draw a person from the side, so the profile view. I'm going to be doing this same exact method with washable marker. I'm going to be using my paintbrush again and these same proportions. So we'll see how it looks from the side. So thank you so much for drawing with me. Have a wonderful day. Also, if you enjoy this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification underneath this. When you do that, basically what it does is it lets you know when I post new material. So it should send it right to your email. And I have been posting Monday through Friday. I'm going to be doing that continuing through the end of the school year, which here is till May 22nd. So 4 more weeks. And then I'm going to start back on my once a week program because I have other projects that I'm going to start working on. But thanks so much for drawing with me, and we will hopefully meet again tomorrow to do the profile.